I personally believe this pandemic is fake. I mean, the pandemic is real, but the stats are fake. And the real pandemic is fear. They want everybody so afraid. I saw this video of this woman sitting in the stands watching her kids play football or something. And this rent-a-cop walked up to her and tasered her because she didn't have a mask on. Because she says, hey, I'm sitting in the open, there's nobody around me. And he still tased her. But I think the pandemic, the numbers are fake. And they just jack the numbers up. And the fact is, most of the deaths are for people over 85. So if you're over 85, you shouldn't be partying in the bars anyway. I mean, you should be sitting at home knitting or whatever you do. And I think the real pandemic is fear. And it's more control over us. But I think the real thing is shuts down the economy. And I think the reason the pandemic exists is to disguise the shutdown in the economy and how the Fed and the U.S. Treasury and Wall Street have ripped us all off. So I'm just speculating, but as I study this quite a bit, but it seems like COVID is to cover up for Wall Street and the banks and the Fed. It's a smokescreen. Anyway, that's what I think. So the problem, even when they get a vaccine, the problem still exists. We've never had so much debt in history, and this pandemic shutdown. You know, I think they just printed $4 trillion in 3 months. You know, in 2008, the U.S. debt, I mean, the Fed only owed $850 billion. That was in 2008. Now it's up to 10 trillion, and it's going to 30 trillion. So the vaccine is not going to stop the debt from collapsing. And that's where it sounds pessimistic, but as I always say, all coins have three sides, you know, heads, tails, and the edge, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, so that's why every tweet, almost every tweet I end with buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. You want to get outside the system. You know, I mean, the price of gold and silver will go up and down, but you want to get outside the system. But I think gold and silver and Bitcoin are going to go even further, because what happens is when the stock market crashes, people will go to cash. They'll want to hoard cash as much as possible. And what they'll do is they'll short squeeze it. They'll sell their gold and silver and Bitcoin to get cash. So is it a buying opportunity? Yeah, but what they always say is, you know, don't catch a falling knife. Well, I tried to catch a falling knife and it kept falling on me. But that's what happens. I get so excited about this whole thing. But anyway, the real problem is the national debt, the bad economy, and a corrupt, you know, the Federal Reserve Bank works for the rich only. You know that, I know that. Because every time they print money, the rich get richer. Unfortunately, every time the Fed prints money, the poor middle class get poor because life gets too expensive. You know, look at to build a low-income property in Los Angeles County today is like $480,000. So it's going to cost California government $480,000 to build one-bedroom apartment for one homeless person. I mean, the price is so high. So wages have not gone up, but the price of real estate has gone through the roof. So is that good or bad? Well, it depends. If you're looking for a house, it's bad news. If you rent rental properties like I do, it's good news. But it's all, again, what RichDad stands for is financial education and knowing assets from liabilities and market going up and market going down. So the future is very bright, but the economy is in horrible shape. So that's why your biggest advantage is to be informed, aware, and cognizant of what's going on. There was a guy named John Maynard Keynes, and we were in a Keynesian economy. Keynesian economy means every time the economy gets in trouble, they print money. Well, Keynes changed his mind, but our schools never stopped. It's Marxist, you know, Keynesian is Marxist. We just give people money. So when Keynes said, I changed my mind, they said, why? He said, because the facts changed. But our schools haven't changed. And I still think it's the reason Trump is attacked, why there's continuous negative news on CNN, why my Trump signs are stolen every night, why they're raising taxes on the rich is because we're going to a Marxist economy. I think, Marxist economy is very simply Robin Hood. They want to take from the rich and give to the poor. So these politicians talk to all the pissed off poor people who are homeless or unemployed, underemployed, just lost their job, not getting the stimulus checks. Their 401k is wiped out. And they say, well, vote for us, the liberal left, and get rid of Trump. And I think that's what's going on. I'm not saying who to vote for, but I'm saying just be aware of what's going on. So will gold, silver, and Bitcoin go up? I think so for long term, but in the meantime, it'll probably go down too. And that's why you need to pay attention. So thank you for that.